Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, my channel. I'm really not sure what to call it anymore because I'm sucking at just having a YouTube channel in general. So if you know me or if you don't know me, I'm going to fill you in really quick because this video was actually requested and I chose to go ahead and deliver it to you. So my name is Ashley. I have been doing makeup for 5 to 6 years at this point, and I have in the last year been doing boudoir hair and makeup, as well as doing everything behind the scenes and setting up, greeting girls, handing out contracts, pouring wine, really getting to help with the whole experience that is a boudoir session. So there's been a couple changes and I'm going to address them. So pardon me if it's messy, if it's all over the place, if I'm leaving something out, if I'm not getting on something the way that I need to. It's just kind of everywhere and there's a lot to cover, and if you can tell by my voice, I have a little bit of a cold. So we're gonna do the best we can today. But I've been asked a lot if I am actually working on my own boudoir photography now. So the short answer is yes, I am. The long answer is I'm not planning to start until August when Liam goes to school, so that way I kind of have the ability to do it on my own time without worrying about, if he is going to be here or if I need to find someone to watch him so I can do these types of sessions, because we don't want a 4-year-old running around while we're in lingerie. So starting in August, I will be doing that. I have looked at pricing a little bit as far as what I would like to charge, and trying to find a balance between something that's going to make it worthwhile for me, but also not be unattainable for people. So I'm still working on pricing. I won't have a better idea of that or even a solid amount until probably end of July, just so I can really make sure that I've gone over everything the way that I need to. But the questions that I've really been getting about why I've gone separately on my own is where we have a lot to unpack. So like I said, for a year now, I was doing all the hair and makeup for a local photographer who was doing boudoir sessions. We did boudoir marathons. So the way that worked was typically Fridays through Sundays. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday would be a boudoir marathon with 10 to 15 girls that we would have throughout the entire weekend. I was doing these and they worked for me at the time because I had every other weekend where I didn't have Liam with me. And Kinley's old enough that she can go with my husband to work and behave, but Liam being 4, that's really not an option that we have. So since he is with us all the time, I just kind of had to step back from it. There's no availability that I can give to an entire weekend, especially with things going the way that they are going right now. Everything's great, but we do have a lot to sort out. There's just a few things going on with Kinley's health. We'll get into that in a different video. And then there's just a couple other things going on that make my time very limited. So that is why I'm mainly waiting till August. And that's why I had to step down from doing the work I was doing with this local photographer. Next thing I've been asked a lot is there any competition? Is there any harsh feelings? What the hell is going on, basically, is how it's being asked. So nothing crazy happened. I think her work is beautiful, and I was very upset when I left because I didn't want to. I'd grown very attached to the opportunity to meet other women, to make them feel beautiful, and to just really be involved with other people, whereas in my day-to-day life, I really don't get that outside of my home and my kids. So I was very upset to leave, but it came at a time where Kinley had just gotten out of a 5-day stay at Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, and then a couple other things had changed with Liam, and it just put me in a position where my family needed me more than I needed the fun and enjoyment of providing these services for people. So nothing too bad. There's no competition. I think there's more than enough room for everyone to pursue their passions. And I think that that's amazing, especially when it's something that you learned that you're passionate about while working next to someone else who is passionate about it. So the whole thing is surrounded by love for me. I can't think of anything else that I would rather be doing with my time when I do get the time to be able to do this. So August, nothing crazy happened. How it will work. So since I was doing hair and makeup and all the behind the scenes, I kind of figured that the photography that I fell in love with while watching these sessions unfold was my next step. So with that being said, not only am I going to be doing the photography, but I am also going to be responsible for the hair, for the makeup, for the posing, for everything. So this is a one-woman show for me right now. I'm a little nervous about it, but I love a good challenge, and I feel that I do the best under a little bit of pressure, so I'm excited to push myself in this way. So it will all be a one-inclusive pricing. That is the one thing I do know about pricing. So you won't be paying the session fee and then paying a separate hair and makeup fee. It's all going to be in one pretty package where all you have to do is book it and then show up, and I will handle the rest. Typically, hair and makeup takes me about an hour. That depends on a couple different things. If you have really long hair or really thick hair, it will almost double the time that it takes for me to do your hair, especially if I'm doing like the waves and stuff, because I do like to do smaller sections of hair. That way we can just make sure there's different levels and depths of the curls. Makeup is about the same. So typically hair and makeup together would take me an hour. So just keep that in mind when the time does come. If you decide to book with me, if you have a lot of hair, we're gonna have to plan. And then from there, we will go straight into your sessions. So what I have set up right now is at my home. There are a couple rooms that are really awesome with lighting, one of them being our newly remodeled bathroom that we actually don't even use. We use the toilet, but we don't really use the tub, which is a shame because it's beautiful. But it's on the other end of the house, and I don't know, I think we wanted to add it because we are eventually planning to sell the house. So we wanted that second bathroom, and it ended up being the bathroom of my dreams. And I took some practice photos of myself in there, and that's definitely going to be one of the spots. So I want to be transparent about the fact it is in my personal home. Everything will be sanitized, cleaned, washed, the whole works. So you're not going to be touching on anything that hasn't been wiped down or sterilized or anything like that. The other rooms that I will be using are a bedroom that has really good lighting, and then I will also be using this room. When I have these windows open, this room is beautiful for lighting, but I can't do my makeup in it with all the weird lighting because we have some coming from the south, we have some coming from the west, and it just doesn't play well with my mirror when I'm doing my makeup. So that gives you 3 rooms that we will be using at my home. This room right here is probably where I'm going to end up doing more of the themed bed sessions. I'm gonna get a little mattress and decorate it, get all the bedding, get everything, and that way we're not using anything weird. So be looking for that. The goal that I'm going for here is a lot of whimsical, almost fairy, enchanted vibes. I love anything girly, flirty, romantic, and that's definitely the type of style that I want to come through in my work. So in the boudoir work that I had been doing previously, there's a lot of things you can see doing boudoir, and I think that that's amazing, and it's to each their own. But for me personally, I would prefer to have it as more of a soft and subtle boudoir. I think that some of the really edgy ones are awesome, but I know that that's not what I'm comfortable with, and I would want someone who's doing my pictures to kind of be able to relate to that a little bit. So I'm hoping to bring something a little different to the table as far as the boudoir goes. We can do implied nudity. We can do certain things that show a little bit more. But as far as full nudity, I would prefer not to be the one to do that. And it's not that I don't want to see your bodies. I know they're all beautiful. But just for me, that's not the type of work that I'm wanting to have speak for myself. So I wanted to get that out of the way. I will welcome lingerie. I will welcome topless with some fabric over it, you know, all of that stuff. But I don't want you guys thinking that a session with me is going to be wild. I want calm and relaxing and beautiful and soft. So that being said, that's kind of what to expect. I have been stocking up on props. So I have a bunch of fuzzy pillows now. I have some rugs. I am sitting on one of my stools. I have a bunch of robes. I've ordered more robes. I've ordered a couple overskirts, one being white so that it can kind of give like the bridal boudoir type of thing. Sorry, my phone said low battery, so had to click on that. So I'm buying the things that match kind of what I'm envisioning. So if any of you are interested in something like this and you're interested in seeing what I can do and what I would be planning to do with you, then I will link my Instagram for a boudoir on the description. The only thing is it is private, so you will have to request to follow it. And I'm sorry, men, it's a girls only zone. Whenever I do post pictures of clients after they've signed a release, I really want it to only be a space for women to be able to see other women's sessions. And I just, you know, it's not that I don't want men to know, but I feel like the women that I will be doing photography on, if they want a male to see that, they will make sure that that male sees it. It's not my responsibility to put it out on full blast, and I would like to keep my clients as protected as possible. So I think that covers all of that. Let me see here. Oh, as far as what I offer for you. So I do not and I will not be providing lingerie for you to wear. I know some do that. But I won't be. I know I can wash them, but there's just something a little unsettling to me about handing you a piece of clothing that is up your butt, basically. There's something weird about handing that to someone else to put on, even though it's been washed. So I won't be providing things like that, but I will have my robes, my overskirts, some sheer fabric looking robes, and I have a couple different shades of chiffon. I have a blush, I have a white. So things like that I will provide, as well as like hair accessories. I have some big bows that I think will be really pretty for sweater sessions if you pull your hair half back and then have that bow hanging in the back, because your back is actually one of the most beautiful parts of your body, at least in my opinion. So I'm excited to kind of pull that bow into that and be able to see almost a bare back. And just get all your features in there. You know, like backs are sexy. I don't think I'm wrong in that. I think they are. So that's just the type of style I'm going for. The cost will also include just normal natural editing. Any blemishes that you're super uncomfortable about or that you don't want in your pictures, I will be removing those with the price, the initial price. I won't be having any hidden fees. There's not going to be like an upgrade option almost to receive all of your pictures. Each package will have a certain amount of pictures. I won't be closed off to providing the full gallery for an additional cost, but I really, in those images that I select, you know, whether it's 10, 15, or 20 images, I am going to go through the whole gallery of what I took and pick the best ones. So you won't just get one outfit. You won't just get one pose or one setup. It's going to be your whole session, and I'm just going to pick the best ones. So all of that is included. It's all inclusive. I think it's going to be so much fun. I wish that I had kind of had a setup like this when I had done my boudoir session, just so I didn't have to worry about getting ready or anything. It should be a pampering experience, and it should be calm and relaxed, as well as what is a little bit different from the other boudoir work that I have been around as well. It wasn't uncommon with the marathons to have like 3 to 4 girls on location at the same time, and I won't be doing that here. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but me personally, I'm pretty reserved. That might be hard for some people to actually believe, but I am very reserved, and I'm nervous. And it's funny because I'm a very confident person. But there's just something about people that I don't know looking at my body, you know, let alone to do my hair and makeup and take my pictures, but other girls walking around before or after their session, I just don't like it. If you do, that's totally okay. That's just a personal preference for me. And like I said, I want my work to really speak true to the type of person that I am and the type of things that I do support. So moving forward, the only thing I would ask is if your morals or your views are different from mine in a way where you want really wild pictures. It's not that I don't want your business, but I have kids, and I really want to keep everything as protected as I possibly can, and I don't want anyone to be uncomfortable. So that's kind of all of that info out there. I hope that sounds nice. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I just know what I'm personally comfortable with, and I don't want to accept clients just to get a paycheck, to do something that would maybe make them or myself uncomfortable. So I think that's all of that. I'm having trouble. I told you guys this was going to be a hot mess. I will post a couple pictures at the end of this so you can kind of see the setup and the type of props that I'm using. But I think that's it, you guys. You really wanted a video about the boudoir, kind of the information on it, what I was thinking, what I was planning, why I was doing it. And at the end of the day, it's just something that I know is going to make me very happy and fulfilled. And I think I owe it to myself at this point to really put that into action. And yeah, I'm excited to share it with you guys and meet the beautiful women that I'm going to meet doing this and make the connections that I'm going to. And to close this off, if you're going to be in my home or in my chair or in my space anywhere, I want you to feel beautiful in just your natural glory. So, you know, I want it to be a positive, empowering experience. I don't want you guys to feel like, oh, I'm over this age, this isn't for me, or I'm not this size, so this isn't for me. I really want to knock out any toxicity with thinking. Boudoir is for everybody, and we can bend and adjust to meet your comfort level. That is literally what my job is going to be, and I'm super excited. Thank you guys for the support.